Thank you so much. It is Wednesday, October 1st. I can't believe it's Wednesday, October 1st already,
Oh,
2025, and we're calling this meeting to order. Um, I want to say welcome again to everyone. I'm Carol Renault. I'm the current chair of Housing and Block Association. And if anyone on here would like to assist, we are looking for hands. There is room in the inn for many people to help. And we're going to get into that a little bit more later on. And I just say, pardon me for sniffling, but my allergies and my school children that I have to be around, there's something going on in the building and I'm here sniffling. So just pardon me in advance. I want to say welcome again, and I'm going to give Miss Fraser a chance to provide to say welcome as well, and also the roll call. ADM District Manager Fraser.
yes. Thank you. Let me get my video going. Thank you so much. Um, Welcome back, everyone. I trust that you had a fantastic summer. I did. And for those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, you know that I had a great time just serving. And that's something that I've been doing for a number of years. I went to Africa, both Ghana and Nigeria, on a missionary outreach. Quite emotional, inspirational, um, but it was also fulfilling when you could go and serve and give of yourself and to those who are less fortunate. So that was great, and I look forward to doing so much more. It's not my first. I've been doing this for years, and I am ready to go back if called upon. I trust that you had a great summer. This year, as we resume our meetings, the chairperson has made some changes in terms of membership. Your membership will be monitored. If you fail to attend meetings, you will be removed. I would suggest if you have an emergency or you're unable to attend a meeting of a committee that you signed up for, it's always best for you to reach out and let the office know that you're unable to attend. But to not attend meetings is not helping us in our goals for the board. So I encourage you to attend meetings. We also have a number of events. Well, our annual event that's upcoming on the 18th of October, really a big event on Church Avenue, on Utica Avenue between Church and Linden. We have almost, I think, 50 vendors already signed up. We were expecting some performances and our elected officials to be there. So thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. And as always, I look forward to working with you and moving the community forward. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Chair Renault. I appreciate you.
Thanks again, District Manager Fraser, and don't go anywhere. We need you. Uh, we're I believe we should come back to roll call. Sometimes when we do it too early, it's not reflective of everyone who's here. So
Agree.
I'm gonna leave roll call until the end. And I love your report. I know how emotional those trips can be, those mission work trip. I went with Vanderveer Church to Mozambique in 1999, and trips such as those shaped my life. When we're here complaining sometimes and people really have nothing to eat. So
Mm.
in addition to providing hope, we were able to take medicine to Mozambique. So I love that you're also able to go to a different part of the world and encourage our brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
Um, but let me just get into the housing, what we've been doing in terms of and I apologize in advance. I know there should be no need, but we have tons of information to pass on tonight, and this is going to help us to shape where we need to go with housing and block association for this year. We need your input. I'm going to keep saying that. We need your input, especially since during the summer, the Housing and Block Association and the chair of the community board and other members, community members such as Brooklyn Level Up and various other community groups such as NHS, they joined us in moving around this community. We went to approximately 20 block parties, and it sounds like just going to a block party, but we were able to hear the concerns of the community. Many times we got there before the elected officials, the block party, the block association presidents, they were welcoming. They wanted us there. Half of them did not really understand the role of the community board. So we were able to present them with a bag of literature and goodies, and just to let them know, call on us, hold us accountable, reach out to us. That's why we're here. These block parties are so important. And what we saw at the block parties, it's not only people having a hot dog and speaking. We saw block parties who use their platform wisely, sharing literature, literacy moment. There was a block party that had a breast cancer screening. So these community events are extremely important. And I'm just going to go through some of what I want to share before we hear. We want to hear from everyone here as well. Or District Manager Fraser also mentioned that this is our first meeting, official meeting as a Housing and Block Association, because last month we had a joint meeting with land use. No, land use and housing intersects and overlap in many different areas. But just to give you a background of why we had that meeting, there's a project called Project Constellation, which is an open door program with a proposed project for one new development. And this development will be at 395 to 397 East 94th Street, near Lenox and Wilmore. So we will be able to get 12 apartments. And I know sometimes the trigger word when we hear affordable rental in our community, nothing is seems as if though it's affordable anymore. So we had that joint meeting with land use, and the joint committee at that meeting voted in the affirmative to move that project forward. No, we're never at liberty to tell people how to vote, but in the back of my head, I think of Sears, which will be opening soon, which has hundreds of apartments. I live approximately 3 blocks from Sears, and I know the community will not be the same after that housing, those housing units are opened. So this project required ULURP, Project Constellation required ULURP because HPD was disposing of city-owned land and they're giving it to a developer. So that's why they needed to go through this ULURP process. And just to reiterate, the joint committee, which was housing and land use, we voted unanimously on September 17th, yeah, at that meeting to move the project forward. We also had a hearing at the general meeting, and at that meeting as well, the project was voted affirmatively to move it forward. Just to keep going, are there any questions before I just keep going on and on? Any questions at all or any comments so far?
None.
Thank you so much. I love that we're here. We also have new neighborhood organizations that are starting up in our areas. And this came out of the visits at the block parties, and this came out of community residents reaching out to us. So, for example, we had a request from Mr. Jeff Salter, a neighborhood organization he's forming, and they're doing a great job. It will be several blocks that will be this one big neighborhood organization. They're doing it the right way. They're reaching out to the community board to say, what is your role? How can you support us? And they're also tying in as many different areas as they can, and they're going about it with their different steering committees and everything else that they did. And we also had a recent request from Miss McDonald, who went to the general board meeting. She wants to start a block association. So what we do in these cases, we send email out a package, and this package contains information on how to start the block association, grants, neighborhood partners such as 67 precinct, and things of that nature. If you know of anyone who would like to start a neighborhood or a block organization or a community organization, please direct them to us. We are willing to jump on their meeting. District Manager Fraser is willing. One of the groups went into the office and they are able to use the conference room there. So you can let us know. We're here to support our neighbors. We're here to support the community. Ms. Fraser, District Manager Fraser, I'm going to ask you, I have it here in front of me because you had alerted me just to speak on it, but in the upcoming election, would you like to go over the community questions 2, 3, 4, and 5?
I pretty much send you all the information regarding that. I don't have it in front of me, so I'll let you go ahead. That's all that I know of. I really did not study it.
All right, no worries, no worries.
If you could just read it out, I think everyone would get the gist of exactly what it is that's going to be on the ballot.
No worries, I do have something here. I just said maybe if you had something
I'm
else.
going to pull it up.
So for everyone who's on here, we just want to share. We want to remind all of us, because sometimes when we go to vote in elections, we're voting for the mayor, we're voting for 1 or 2 people, but there are some important proposals on the ballot. And I just want everyone to keep in mind proposals 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, proposal 2 has to deals with affordable housing fast track. Please feel free to read upon it. We're just mentioning it here just to say, please read on it before you go vote, so you know which side you want to take. Proposal 3, question 3, has to do with expedited land use review procedure. So this is ELRP. Proposal 4, Affordable Housing Appeals Board. And all of these proposals affects us directly. We've seen the mass building in our community, and not unless we are up to date with what's occurring are we going to be able to be proactive. Many times we're reacting, and that has not helped us. So kindly read up on these proposals just to so you're more well informed and you know how to vote. Proposal 5, this has to do with land use and the city map. If you have any questions, I'm not an expert. District Manager Fraser is not an expert. We want to direct you to our elected officials. They're the ones that went ahead and got these proposals together. So please reach out to them. Ask your questions. Election is almost here. So, but we just want to flag it because they deal directly with housing and land use. Any questions regarding this segment, regarding those?
How can we access these proposals?
We can go ahead and send it out to you, but if you just, if I read it again, it's proposals 2, questions 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can literally just search, but I'm going to make sure we put it in our newsletter, and we're going to email it out as a reminder so everyone get a chance to look it up before election day. So we'll put it in our newsletter just to say, please read these proposals before you vote.
And
someone had something else, or?
Yeah, it was Judith. Does this proposal have like numbers to them?
Yes, they do,
Number?
Judith.
Okay, so maybe what we need to do is to give the people the number. They can Google it and read all about it.
Oh, we gave it already. We gave it already, hon.
Okay.
You didn't, if you heard, but we can give it again. It's proposals 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Also, this information is very limited right in this circle. So maybe you need to go into the church and the other community that you have a larger segment of the population and present it, because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I've worked at the poll and people just come in, they vote for the president, and that's all she wrote. Nothing else.
Yes, I
And that's
agree.
us. And you wonder why they're in the same position year come and year go, because they don't pay attention. They don't keep up on, news and what's going on that's going to benefit them. So I think this needs to go out in a larger population area where people
And
can really understand.
And thanks for that, Judith. I know we're members of Vanderveer Church. Whenever we have our newsletter, we usually send it over there as well. And District Manager Fraser sends it to the entire listserv. Am I right?
Yes, we have quite a broad listserv in the office.
So we're going to ask you as well to please help us. When I go to any meetings, when I go to the general board meeting, I gather these flyers and I take a picture of it. And we have a WhatsApp group over here and I blast it. So anything that anyone on here can do, we're going to ask you to do that as well.
I am very much aware. I'm a part of the Housing Justice for All. I'm part of organizing the community. I'm part of the East New York Community Land Trust. So I'm very much aware of these things and I put it out there. But if you take the horse to the water and he doesn't want to drink, what can you do?
I know.
You can't force him.
I know. We just got to keep posting it. And I hear you and I know what you're saying, because we like, for example, even on this meeting, we keep inviting and some, I know what you're saying. And these proposals, when we see these buildings going up, sometimes when we read them and we vote them down at this level, then it helps us. It at least reduces maybe the amount that's going up. So I hear you, and we know what you're saying. We're just going to reiterate to kindly continue to help us. We're sending it out to as many places as we can. We also share this with places such as NHS, FDC, all of these housing partners that we have. We also share it with them, and we also get info from them that we share as well. But thanks again for that. And I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I work in, just as a segue, and I'm not going to go off too much on a tangent. My school is in Williamsburg, and sometimes my head hurts driving from Williamsburg to Flatbush. I don't recognize Brooklyn anymore. And I don't recognize it, and it's not a good recognition, because sometimes I feel like I can't breathe, right? The big buildings are everywhere. And I know we've been disproportionately built on. So these things are important. We're just going to ask to continue to please share them. Any other questions or comments at this time? Questions, comments?
Hello.
Hi, who's speaking?
Hi, how you doing? My name is Dion. I live on East 32nd Street between Flatbush Avenue and Flatbush Street, right behind where they building the Charlotte Chisholm Community Center. So I have a lot of concern. I bought my house maybe 4 years ago.
You know what,
And
Dion,
yes.
can I ask you to wait for just 2 minutes, because
No problem.
We want to hear you, and I've written it. I've started writing it before. I'm writing it here. I just want to finish. I thought maybe we had comments on the proposal.
Oh, no problem.
I'm going to come right back to you.
No problem.
I just want to finish 2 more things that I want to share in this report. The next one that we want to share is NYSERDA. We recently went to a summit at Brooklyn College, and the representative that presented, Rabia Altabani, she works with New York State Energy Research and Development. She wants us to reach out to her, prospective community homeowners, apartment renters. She wants us to reach out to her just to check in regarding energy grants. This is in our newsletter, and we have her number here, and I'm going to put it in the chat along with her name. But please reach out. There are energy grants, whether we're renting or whether we own. She wants us to reach out to her just to check in on these things. And the last thing that I want to say before I ask Miss Fraser to talk on one thing, and then I'm going to go to Dion. Community Board 17, we have a big fair that's coming up. And the Housing and Block Association will be there. And we've asked groups like NHS to join us. Please come to this fair. whether we're renting, whether we own, there's information at these places. There are resources. For example, I work with NHS as well. I work with their board, and I received 2 grants this week that I have to sign off on. One of the grant is 40 grand. You don't have to return that money. That grant is to help someone to fix up their home. So please come to the fair, get all the information that you can, follow up with these organizations so that we can maintain and keep our homes. And with that said, that ends my report. Ms. Fraser, would you like to give an update on the shower bus at this time, or?
Quick question
Well,
on the fair. Pastor John here.
Yes, Pastor.
Greetings. When is that fair?
The fair is on October, what do I have here? Is it October 5th? October 18th,
October 18th.
18th, and it will be on Utica.
Utica, please.
And
Okay.
Utica between where and where, Miss Fraser? District.
Utica between Church and Snyder. Between Church and Linden, I'm sorry.
And we were there last year. We had a table there. Housing had a table. Many different organizations had tables, and the amount of information that I gathered there was astounding. So please come out. I know sometimes people are working. Reach out, come out. Yes, Simone, I see your hands as well.
There is a flyer on that?
Yes, there is.
Yes, we do have a flyer. If you share your email, I'll send it to you. Registration is closed because I think we are up to almost 50 tables, vendors now.
Well, no, I'm not right now interested. In tables or booths.
But we would love to have the church and community residents.
But you got my email, right?
I would think so. I believe I do.
Would
You're
you
here at the meeting.
get in the chat, Pastor, just so we have the latest and the greatest, if you're able to?
The latest and the greatest. I will put it in the chat.
Yes. And Miss Sylvester, we see your hands. Thank you for asking that, Pastor. And thanks again, Judith.
All right. Thank you for
responding. You had a question as well?
Yes, good afternoon. I just wanted to say, last year I attended the fair. I actually forgot about the fair, but I'm on East 54th between Clarkson and Winthrop. So I just took my little shopping cart and I was going grocery shopping. And it was absolutely amazing. I think I came back like maybe 2 hours later. I mean, there was everything from the fire department. I think there was like something for the kids. I can't remember what the event was, but it was absolutely amazing. So I'm not penciling it in. I am marking it in with a pen that I'll definitely be there.
Please, and it's going to be bigger and better this year.
Oh, I can't wait.
We have a lot of entertainment, and yeah, it's going to be great this year.
Okay,
we
good.
just praying for good weather. That's all.
If you need any help, please let me know.
Absolutely. Once you get out there, and we need volunteers, sure.
Miss Sylvester, I'm going to reach out to you. I have your number. We definitely want to help with the housing table.
Okay, good. I'll just make sure not to bring my shopping cart this time.
All right.
Whose hand? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, the shower bus. Not much to report. The board is still in the process of forming a 501c3. We had a meeting last week. One of the discussions, because the 501c3 is going to take us a little while, we discussed maybe having someone, and what's the word? The word just left my mind. But a third party, for lack of the word that I'm actually looking for. A third party, maybe we can go through that third party to utilize the funds that the grant that we have. We also sent out 2 questions to HUD to find out if the grant is, if it's a reimbursement grant, and also the time frame for us to spend down that money, and we were told that HUD has established August 31st, 2032, as a date to end the period of performance for that grant. So we have a lot of work to do. We also discussed finding another organization that already have a shower bus, and maybe we can use some, we can get some guidance on how to move forward. A conduit, that's the word. So that we can use a conduit to assist us in terms of getting the shower bus. We discuss maybe reaching out to the God Squad, because there is someone in the God Squad. I believe the person is from the Bronx, and they received that grant, a grant, and they also have they do have a shower bus program. So we are going to be reaching out to get some information on how we could spend on this money, how we could get this project started and move forward. It's been over a year that we've been having conversations, and I believe it's time now for us to get started and just get the project going. And that's all the information I have right now. Actually, we've done nothing other than we're looking into getting the 501c3 up and running. But I believe the funds we received was what, 358,000 from Congresswoman Clark to get the shower bus program in the community.
Thanks, District Manager Fraser. And for anyone who has been on here with us before, this came about from my predecessor's hard work. She was able to get this grant, and we would want to honor her work by seeing this to fruition. Now, some people might be saying, why a bus? I see a need. I walk on Flatbush Avenue. I'm a few blocks from King's Theater. I walk out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happens out here? So there is definitely a visible need in our community. And we're going slow, but we're trying to get this right. Because with this shower bus, we're going to need mental health and a lot of different partners with us. It's not just opening a shower bus and here someone can come use it. We're going to need, as the terminology goes, wraparound service. So hopefully by using this bus, members of our community will be able to get back on a different track within the community. So that's kind of like why we're going a little bit slower as well. And before I forget, we've written it in stone that we will do everything in our power to use members from our community to benefit from, in terms of when we're building, in terms of how this grant is being dispersed. We're going to do everything in our community, and we do have a few people that's reached out to us already to ensure that our community benefits from this as well, on both ends of it, from the back end as well as the usage of the shower bus. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, this shower bus service, is there a salary line that comes with it? Like how many employees?
We have not started looking into how we're going to spend on the funding.
Okay.
It's just sitting there. We're looking for some guidance, and thereafter we're going to have some meetings and then go into the logistics on how we're going to start spending the money down, whether we need a driver, workers, salary. Is it just going to be an ongoing allocation of funding to keep this going? I mean, there's so many pieces to it that we have to put together, and we haven't done that as yet.
And this is money that came from this federal to the state?
Yeah, from our council member, Congresswoman, Congresswoman Clark.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if anyone, Mr. George, I see you, if anyone would like to reach out to the community board, you can always email us and say, hey, I'm a mental health provider. So we're going to keep your information on file with the shower bus so that we can reach out to you when we're further along in the process. And Mr. George, I see your hands are up.
Yes, good evening, everyone. This is George Tate.
Good
Re-
evening.
yes, regarding the shower bus, um, excuse me, you may want to check with Pastor Rose, because this summer they had the shower bus along with a mental health bus out there. They were side by side when he had his fair on his 37th Street. I did talk to one of the drivers from from the shower bus, and if I understand correctly, the shower bus comes with its own driver. They have different sizes. I think there was some have 3 showers and some have 4, but that's one thing. But I would just suggest is if you're looking for someone to speak to, you could double check with Pastor Monroe's and see how they work that out, because they were there this summer.
Yeah, I did. I spoke to someone on the God Squad, but the person is from the Bronx. And they have the shower bus program. And we did discuss last week that we were going to reach out to Pastor Monroe. Actually, I tried calling him a couple of times today. He did not answer. But yes, he is someone that we're going to get in touch with. I met the person that runs the shower bus at a church service, and she actually shared her information with me, but I believe, except her phone number, I only received her email, and I think there was a typo in the email, and I was unable to reach her since. So I'm definitely going to follow up with Pastor Monroe to see if he could put me in touch with her again. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Tate. Thanks, District Manager Fraser. And Miss Bennett, we see you here as well. You said is it Starrett City has a shower bus system as well?
Yes, they do. They go back and forth from Manhattan. They take them up a lot of the seniors up into the city when they want to go shopping, when they need to go food shopping. Yes, Sarah City does have it.
Got it. So we're making a note of it here. This way we can reach out with several people, several programs that are already up and running. Ms. Fraser, do I need to copy those 2 emails for you? I see Pastor John dropped his email, and we also have Dion who dropped the email in there for the October 18th flyer for the fair.
Yeah, I'm going into the chat right now. I'll take care of it.
No worries. And I've already dropped a NYSERDA. I've put her information in here. Again, she's asking, she's requesting that members of our community reach out to her. Just give her a call, ask her, or ask for the email if she can't speak or whatever it is, and ask her about energy grants. Supposedly NYSERDA has energy grants that we sometimes don't take use of. And I see Dion, your hand is up. Is it for the flyer or you have something else? You're still there with us, Dion?
Sorry, yes, I am. I still wanted to ask I'm just
Oh yes,
wanting
Dion.
to ask
We
something.
didn't forget you. We didn't forget you. We're coming
Right,
back.
so yes, I'm just waiting. Okay.
We're coming back.
No
So
problem.
we're finished with the shower bus. Any more questions regarding the shower bus? The one other point that I want to pass on before we get to Miss Dion, we had last few meetings before we went on the break, we had a listing of all of the available houses that are out there that were coming up in our community and in the Bronx and in Queens. We had received the list from Erasmus Neighborhood Federation. We have a list again. We received the list from them. And this list currently also has affordable housing open for applications for mobility and visual hearing. So we're going to share this list when we send out the email with our newsletter. Again, the information is there. For example, like there would be 4 accessible units for mobility household, 2 accessible units for visual hearing, and things of that nature. So we're going to share this with our newsletter. And with that, I am finished with everything that we wanted to share. Now we're going to go to Miss Dion. You were saying you're at East 32nd, and you
Yes,
have problems with Shirley Chisholm.
yes.
The floor is
It's
yours, Dion.
it's just a couple of concerns. I'm actually here on this video with a lot of representation for my mother, my aunt on Foster Avenue and 48. I grew up in Flatbush all my life. I mean, since I came to this country at 7. And around 4 years ago, I bought my house on 32nd Street because my parents is getting a little older, and I do have another home, but I just wanted to be closer to them just in case when I'm needed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of issue. I don't know, maybe because we're the end of community 17, because then there's the next community board like 2 blocks away. And a lot of people, there's a lot of concern between East 32nd and East 31st Street. So my personal concern, and I'm sure it's concern of a lot of people, is I have received maybe 3 or 4 tickets for garbage in front of my home. That, since they took out that gate between Foster and Farragut, is a lot of foot traffic, and there's a lot of people not being they're very dirty. There's a lot of garbage being thrown there by the church at the corner, bags and bags of garbage. I'm not speaking like a little paper, a little bottle. Also have a lot of people, because I come there maybe like twice a week, but I'm gonna be coming there a little more often. They sleep in their car, they throw garbage out on the floors. So it's a lot of concern within the way that they're doing it between 31st and 32nd. And there's a lot of concern for safety. I had my house broken in before, but lucky thing my neighbor across the street was able to see someone break into the house and call the police, which the police let them go anyway. Didn't even matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of pollution concern that I don't know if anyone have ever addressed this. There between 31st and 32nd, you have the Shirley Chisholm Community Center. On the corner up the block on 31st and Farragut, which is at the end of the block, there's a building that they started to build like 4 years ago. And for like a year and a half, they stopped building the building. So that is actually increasing people who are homeless or need a shelter to come into the building, because that is actually what's happening there. So it's a safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're building a building across the street. They have one on Nostrand. They have one on 32nd, which somebody bought it. I don't know if they can't financially start it. So there's a lot of garbage there. On the block between Glenwood and Farragut, they have like 3 or 4 buildings. So why are we not addressing the population of people that live in these neighborhoods are elderly people? They were once young. My parents is 80. They were 40 when they bought that house. And why is no one is very unsafe. They left that gate open at Vanderveer. It's a foot traffic of people, and we had accidents on the road, people robbing people, running up the block. Why is that not closed back again?
So
with the
Dion,
yes,
what I've done, and I'm glad you're here. What I've done,
yes,
taken some notes. I heard about the tickets for the garbage because of
yes,
more foot traffic. I heard about the break-in. You mentioned the
yes,
pollution. You mentioned
yes,
the safety issue and the garbage and the gate
yes,
that remains open. And
yes.
I want to pretend I'm ignorant, and I just want to say maybe they haven't heard of these issues, because I would be like a little disappointed if like an
But I've
elected
actually, but sorry to interrupt you, but I've came to in person to the
mm-hmm,
community board
mm-hmm,
on right by the Patty Place in
mm-hmm,
person,
mm-hmm,
and have spoken to people, and and I've shown my picture of all these things that's happening. You know, I've spoken actually to 6 to 7 precinct. Why is the gate not open? I mean, they want to decrease crime. How can you have a segue of people hurting people and running through that to run up? I just don't understand what is going on, that we're not keeping our community safe, that we're not seeing, because you could anticipate the problem before you see it. You
mm-hmm.
know, with this building coming, it's new, it's a public building, it's not a private sector. So a lot of people are gonna come, right? Because that's why it's being open.
And it
But
is a community place, right?
yeah, it's a community place, right?
Mm-hmm,
So then you have more traffic with more garbage, that nobody's not considering these 2 little blocks
mm-hmm,
that people are paying our tax money. I mean, my
mm-hmm.
house I bought for $840,000. I didn't buy my house in 1972, you
Right,
know?
right. When it was
And,
already
and
high.
right, but is I already have issues with like my neighbors. The thing is a mess, and the back is a mess, and I see people, different group of people moving on certain part of, like, especially on the next block on 31st, because the houses are more smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But why isn't they, I think they're officially opening maybe next year or maybe the end of this year. I don't remember exactly, but there's a lot of, it's garbage. It's so much safety concern that
So
I
this is
have.
what so this is what we're gonna do, Dion. These
Yes.
problems are gonna be tackled one by one. Now I'm
Okay.
just gonna use the block that I live on as an
Yes.
example. We had a car jacked up on bricks. We don't know who left it here, but we're not
Yes.
going to tolerate it on this block. So what we
Right.
did, we called 311. We took the 311 number, like 4 or 5 of us called. So all
Mhm.
those 311 numbers, we triaged it and got it to the 67 precinct. And within 4 or 5 days, that car was moved. The reason I'm using that as an example, because one of the first things we usually do as a community board is ask, was 311 ever called? Because we want to show the city, we want to show what's working and what's not working, right? But we have to have numbers, we have to have timestamp, we have to say, I've done XYZ. You did say you came to the community board, so we're going
Right.
to follow up with like the date and the time and when and who you spoke with. We're going to follow. You did say you went to the precinct. Do you have like a date and a time or anything else?
When
So,
when my house got robbed, when my house got robbed, so I own a house in Long Island, but
mm-hmm,
because there's no one in the house and I'm doing work in the house, I actually have cameras around the house.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I woke up in the morning and checked to see the camera because I had my phone downstairs, and I saw so much police in front of the house. So
mm-hmm.
I called the precinct. This is 2 years ago. So I called the precinct, and they met me at the I drove, and they met me in the home, and they said that three young men came into the house, and they told the police that they came to smoke in the house marijuana. So I said to the police, marijuana is legal in New York City. They do not need to go in anyone's house. Plus, they broke my door.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he did not do
the door.
Did
But
they take an
because of,
official report?
yes, so they let them go.
Mm-hmm.
They gave them a ticket and they let them go. There was not a court because I wanted to go and press charges because you cannot allow these people, and they weren't that young, to have, is violating your rights. And one of the biggest issue that I do find, and I tell my mother this consistently, majority of us are from the island, and people tend to like to mind their business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the business affect you. Now I'm speaking to my neighbors and the people in the back of me, and so forth. And I'm saying, you're not understanding what this building is going to build. Why aren't they, even to get parking, you can't get in the parking. The
Mhm.
cleaning of the street, I don't even know if they clean the street anymore because I clean every day, time I go there.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
garbage, the garbage and the ticket that I have incurred, and nobody lives at the house because people just randomly throw stuff. You could come and sweep it up. You come back, and the next day it's twice as much garbage. The building at the end of the block used to be a white building. I remember as a child, at the end of that block there's a building, and they tend to have temporary people. This is what I was told. Temporary people that, I guess, looking for housing, so they keep them there a certain amount of time. So they really don't care about the neighborhood.
So
So
so you
when you
so you-
when
so
you
so
speak about the
uh-huh.
car on the block, okay, there's a building across the street on
Mhm.
the left side of 32nd and Farragut. It's an
Mhm.
older building, maybe not 1950s. There is a gentleman there that one day I'm watching him because I'm inside the house, and he has 3 cars on the block. And he opened the trunk and he take some license plate, because he has a couple of them in there,
Did
and
he
he
switch
leave
it?
it.
Did he switch it from one to the next?
Yes, of course I called 311 twice.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
By the time 311 came, of course he moved the car again, but he
Right.
moved it back again. So it's like they playing cat and mouse with him.
We've seen
If
that
I
move
call,
over here too. We've seen that. He has
it is too much.
right. When he has different license plate for different cars, and yes, we've seen it. But you know what we're gonna
Yes,
do, Dion? We want to help you
yes.
solve these problems. And I see our chair Daly is on here as well, unless we missed him with District Manager Fraser. So
Okay.
if you don't mind, would you be able to put your email in that chat?
I
Dion,
did.
Dion, could you
I
send me
was
an
the one that asked
email?
for the flyer.
You have your email in the chat. So what
Yes.
we're
Could you
gonna do?
outline,
Yes.
if you could outline the complaint and send the complaint back to me, I'll appreciate it.
Yes, I'm actually gonna get a group of. I mean, I speak up, and they want me to be like the cheerleader, the leader for. There's a lot of complaints, and because I'm getting a lot of people together. But as you said, I work, and I literally don't live on the block as yet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's the safety. I cannot even explain. How can you even rent when you're trying to get certain rent, but you have people, they smoking, they homeless, they all, I mean, the foot, you don't understand the foot traffic. My video in the front of my house blinks sometimes 200 times a day, people going back and forth.
Right, right. And just to chime in as well, I totally get it. We get it. I can't even
Yes.
I cannot even garden outside anymore without inhaling weed. And I'm not a weed smoker. So I totally understand where you're coming from. And a lot of times we hear that it's legal. But what we need to do, like Miss Fraser said, we need to document everything in one email. And whatever number you have, let's say you have a number for the break-in, a police report, you're going to put that
Yes.
plate number there. Let's say you have a number for garbage that you've called. If they're not sweeping the street, you're going to put that number next to it. I wrote here, you have like 4 or 5 different issues going on, right?
A
You have
lot.
you have the garbage, you have the break-in, you have the pollution, you have the safety issue. So please put it in one email. I'm gonna drop
Okay.
that. I'm gonna drop the land use email as well. Please send it to Miss Fraser, send it to land use, and hold us accountable. It's not gonna get fixed within 1 month, within 2 months. Sometimes these things, it takes a while. But Miss Fraser, District Manager Fraser, and the community board is your conduit, is your go-between with the elected official, with the 67 precinct. I can tell you that things get fixed. We had a lamppost here that was down, and I had to contact the community board. Within 2 weeks, they put it back because I told them it's a safety issue. So we want to frame everything here that it's a safety issue. We want to frame crime is a safety issue. We want to frame it that it's a quality of life issue, right? But
Yes.
without these numbers, without the report and them seeing that, hey, we tried everything we could, we just want whatever you have, then we're going to be able to step it up like a notch.
Yes, I'm gonna actually speak to, because they want to have like I guess a block community between 31st and 32nd.
Mhm.
Block
So I asked,
Association.
yeah, Black Association. So I know they said there was a lady across the street that initially did it. I really don't know. But you know, it's a lot of concern. It's a lot of concern for me that I feel that, you know, everyone is turning a blind eye on what is really going on here. You know, we're supposed to be trying to improve. I've been in this country since 1976.
Mhm.
I lived on Church on 49. I lived on Foster between 48 and Schenectady for like 20 years till I moved, got married, had kids. You know, my parents got older. I just wanted to be a little close to them. So I figured maybe I rent apart and live apart and et cetera, et cetera. But you know, I'm seeing the community, other than the buildings going up, I'm seeing such destruction of, because I live in a neighborhood that you have a dog, you clean up after your dog, or you shouldn't have a dog. You know, you have papers, you put in the bag, you throw it out, because we live in the community. But when we live on the block, because there's no one on the block. That's the sad part, is nobody on the block. So people you have to separate that block somehow to make it be a nice block. Listen, if I could show you how many people pass that house every day, and then I'm not saying it's 100% of people. And I know it's easier for people to pass instead of going through Nostrand to get to the train station. But they eat, they throw garbage, they throw bottles. I had so much condoms on my garden because I have a tree in front of my house, and they know it's not a lot of foot traffic in the house. They do what they have to do right in front of my house and just throw the condom down. I mean, it sounds disgusting, but I have to be realistic of what it is. It's crazy.
Over here, it's the dog poop. We're constantly picking it up.
Dog poop every day, but I have gotten tickets.
So what we're
not my responsibility.
What we're gonna do, Dion? We heard you. Just because the time is limited,
Yes.
and the problem will not get solved.
No problem. Yes,
it will not get solved here tonight. We heard
Okay.
you. We want to make sure that we heard you, and I'm gonna put that information in the chat. Please follow up. You have to follow up with us, Miss.
So you
District
said
Manager
Leslie
Fraser is here.
Fraser? You said to text Leslie, to email Leslie Fraser 325@gmail.com?
I sent you the flyer. You should have the flyer.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
you could send the complaint back to that same email.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
We heard you and we've taken it, but please follow up. Miss Bennett.
I will.
All righty, Miss Bennett, I saw your hand has been up for a while.
Oh, yes. I like to know if a young lady, and I mean young, I'm older, possibly get some pictures to you in regards to the vehicles that she needs taken care of.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I will look.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Miss Bennett. Did we miss any hand? Sometimes we don't see everyone's hand. Miss anyone? And is Chair Daly still on the line with us? We want to give him a chance to speak. Are you there, Chair Daly? Are you in a different time zone?
I think I'm trying to get to a different time zone if that's allowed, but
Yeah.
you know, my wife won't let me. So
I am so glad she's still in charge.
yes, she very much is, yes. Good evening, Housing and Block Associations. A wonderful opportunity to speak with you guys. I don't get a chance to come to a lot of the committee meetings, but I'm so excited. There's unfortunately passed away early this summer. Morgan Gabriel, who actually started the Block Association way back about 20 years ago, and his motto was that the Block Association is the lifeline of the community, and I believe I follow that mantra, and I keep it going. So I thank you for all of your participation and everything that you do. And please do not stop and bring a block, bring another block, bring another block, and another block. I just want to go over a couple of things real brief with and Miss Deanna, hear your complaints. Those are real issues. And it's not just your block, it's a community-wide issue, especially when you go to our community and others with the housing and the building and the nicer houses and the rest of the stuff that go along with that. So don't feel like you're alone in your complaints and your concern in wanting to see a better community and a better city. So a few reminders, and I don't know if the chair has done it as yet, but in a couple of weeks, October 18th, we have our community day, community event. Right there, we're going to take over Utica Avenue between Church and Linden, and asking for your support, for you to come out, bring an agency, bring yourself, bring your block. Get the flyers to every member on your block so they know that there'll be agencies there. When we do things at Community Board 17, we want to make sure that we're moving the community forward. And that's not going to happen unless we take our community seriously. So that's October 18th. Also, I love the individuals coming out on the Zoom to the Block Association, but it's also great when you guys come out to our regular community meetings, because there are other committees, there are other issues that might or might not come up here that you might have an issue with. The liquor license, the cannabis license, the housing that might have come up in land use or so forth and so forth, education. I know right now I just got an email that they're looking at a Microsoft Teaching Center for young people that nobody has to pay for, right? And they want to build it, Canva, in relation to Canva. So, and there's a shredding event put on by our illustrious city council member, Rita Joseph, that's going to happen. I don't remember the date, but it's going to happen at the Yard. I think that might be October 25th. So all of these different events and things that are happening within our community, that if you only come to the Block Association, you're going to miss them out, right? Because I did hear our chair, Dr. Renaud, state that is a short period of time that these meetings are. My last conversation is around being a member of the committee, just to make sure that it is clear we have issues with quorum. So we're telling everyone that you must be active in your committee And one of the ways to be active is your attendance. So if an individual is missing too many meetings, they'll be removed automatically. And two, you will not be added to a committee unless you have attended, I think the number is 2 meetings in a 4-month period. If you signed up and don't show up, or you just show up in September and stop coming, you'll be removed from the committee. Right. And so just those things to follow up on. So we can't move our community forward if we can't vote on issues. Right. So we need you there, and we need you to put those complaints that Ms. Dion just spoke about, put them in writing, send them to the board, give our staff things to do, so that they're there to answer complaints and speak to agencies, so to know exactly what's going on. Okay? And I thank you again. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone out there at the meeting. I think it's October 15th is our general board meeting. And we also have other committees. So if you're not able to do one, assign somebody else on your block when you go to the block association meeting. And also feel free to invite me to your block association meetings. I would love to come if you give me notice, and I place it on my calendar. So I would love to be part of your meetings as well. I love the block association. I don't know how much I could say it, but I do love you guys. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thanks so much, Chair Daly. And we truly appreciate the block associations indeed. I've never had so much hot dog and stuff in my life, and they were all delicious as well. In addition to
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. Oh, yeah. Thank you for all of those block parties I went to with the hamburgers. My son enjoyed the bouncy bounce. If you're one of those people that I was able to get to it, my son enjoyed the bouncy bounce. My friend enjoyed all of the festivities. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Renaud, for reminding me of that.
And honestly, we can't stress it enough. They're doing such important work. When a block party is going to use that platform to share literacy info, to share breast cancer info, to share housing info, it's really, really important. So please continue to do everything that you're doing, and whatever the community board can help with as well. That's why we're here. District Manager Fraser, do you have anything else, or
No, nothing else to add.
would we mind going backwards then, just because we're circling back to get our minutes approved and to do the roll call, or do
The
you
roll
need
call
to?
first, yes. Roll
Uh-huh.
call and then the minutes. Well, everyone can introduce themselves because new rules go into place from this month. So if everyone can introduce themselves, I'll appreciate it.
They just have to state their name, correct?
Name, yes, that's correct.
Good evening, everyone. Teresa Brereton, Community Board 17.
Good evening, everyone. Shamira Busby, Community Board 17.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If please state whether you are a committee member or not, committee member, board member. So if you're one of those or both of those, please state it for the record. So not
That's
just the
correct.
name, but you must state whether you're a board member and or a committee member, if you don't mind.
Okay,
Thank you.
I would go back. Teresa Brereton, board member.
Are you a member of this committee?
Yes,
Oh, so you're a member and a committee member. Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Shamira Busby, I believe I am both as well.
That was Miss Busby, Miss Fraser.
Adele, committee member, housing.
Yes, Busby is a committee member.
Armenia Daniels, board member.
Are you on this committee, Ms. Daniels?
Yes,
Okay, so you say board member and committee member.
yes, okay.
Thank you. And check your email. Check your WhatsApp, please.
Miss Bennett had said something before as well.
Miss who?
Miss Adele Bennett.
Yeah, Miss Bennett is a committee member. She's not a board member. She's a committee member.
Good evening, Ayana Giles, committee member.
Hi, Ayana.
Leslie Frazier, committee member.
Thank you, everyone. We can keep going. I see Mr. George Tate.
Good evening, George Tate, intruder. No, I don't think I'm a part of the. I was a one-time part of housing, but I don't know if I'm part of either one of the committees. But I do attend the meetings.
Thanks, Mr. Tate. I see Karen Leo John.
Yes, I think I'm something. Whether board, I think I am committee member. What am I?
Committee member.
Okay.
And I see Miss Simone Sylvester.
Good evening again, Simone Sylvester, committee member and board member.
Thanks, everyone. I see Miss Dion.
Hello?
Community member.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Noreen George, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for providing clarity. I appreciate that.
Hi, good evening. My name is Noreen George. I'm a committee member. I just sent a note because my son just came home and fixed my volume.
I love it. And I see Miss Douglas. Miss Judith Douglas.
Good evening. My name is Erica Grant. I am the block president of East 59th Street.
Thanks, Miss Grant. Thanks, everyone else. And Miss Dion, we heard you as well. Miss Fraser, I'm not sure if you got Miss Dion. She spoke in between.
Yes, Dion, community
And
member.
the last number that ends in 86, someone is on 86.
That's me. I'm Nicole Best. I'm not sure if I'm a committee member. I know I'm not a board member. But I would like to raise a sanitation issue too, but I just want you to do the proper protocols that you guys do with the
No
introduction.
worries. We're going to come back to it. Right. And then I see Miss Misha Brown.
Yes, hi everyone. Misha Brown, and I am a new committee member.
Thanks, Miss Brown. Thanks, everyone else. Noreen George and Erica Grant, we were able to get you as well. Is there anyone that we did not hear from?
Roger Gailey, Community Board Chair and ex officio member of the Housing and Black Association.
Thanks again, Chair Daly. And I believe there's someone else. We just want to make sure we have everyone. Is there anyone else? Miss Fraser, you have it or?
Yeah, and it's there. Yeah.
I know it's recorded. Before we go to something that I'm being reminded of, we have a passing of one of our ex-board members. Thanks, Chair Daly. But the sanitation issue that just came up, please address it at this time.
Sure. Okay. My name is Nicole Best, as I stated earlier. I live on East 52nd Street between Avenue D and Foster. Now, there's a current issue where there used to be garbage cans on the corner of every block. But now I thought it was just to like throw maybe a little wrapper or a bottle. But there are loads of garbage on East 52nd and Avenue D. There are 3 churches there and an apartment building. And they throw boxes. Sometimes you cannot even get on the B8 bus because the garbage is overloaded the entire corner. So I've sent pictures and complaints on the 311 line online. I even had a sanitation officer or inspector reach back out to me by the name of Patrick Clark. And the vibe I got really was there's nothing he can do because this kind of stuff happens at night. So I assume there's no sanitation at night. But this is on every corner on 53rd, 52nd, 51st. And if you take go down the whole line of Avenue D, and maybe all over Flatbush or all over, you will see these piles of garbage piled up on the corner, and that causes a serious rat infestation. I take walks, and I have to be dodging rats, raccoons, and possums all night long. And they are more aware of when the garbage is out than the people who live in this neighborhood for over 30 or 40 years. They come out ready to feast. Well, the cure for that was to have the garbage cans that most of us had bought from the city for in front of our homes. But my concern is the main strip of Avenue D, because that's what I keep seeing. The loads of garbage. I guess because our neighborhood now has become a serious rental and no more personal ownership, I think a lot of the rentals are using the garbage cans on the main avenue. I don't want to make the assumption, but that's what I kind of see, that there's a lot of rentals going on, and I guess the owners may not provide garbage cans for them, and that's where they're putting the garbage. And it's just getting out of control. And I don't know how to address it. I've done the complaints. I've had sanitation reach out to me, and I don't know what else to do. So thank you for hearing me out.
Thanks, Miss Bess, and we definitely hear you. Do you have the 311 complaint numbers?
Yes, I do have them.
Miss Fraser, the best thing to do then again is to put that in an email and send it to us, and then we take it up a notch.
That's correct.
Okay, will do.
You have
Thank
the
you.
email. You have the email address though, correct? To the Community Board 17.
Yes, I believe that's in all the invites that you guys send us, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But please send it in. The date, the time, the numbers that you have. This is when we have that record that says, look, we've called in 10 times, and look, and if you have pictures as well.
Yes, will do. I will do that. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I really appreciate it.
It is a nuisance. We see the raccoons walking over here now like they own the place. Totally understand. Is there anything else from anyone else? Miss Fraser, District Manager Fraser, would we like to just do the minutes then, or?
Yes, you could move the agenda forward. Everything
Yes.
is fine.
One of the last things that we have here are the minutes. We have two different minutes that were emailed out, and one of them had to do with the May minutes, and one was from the joint minutes with the Land Use Committee. Can I have someone just make a motion to accept these minutes, or if you read them and someone made a motion? I couldn't hear.
Teresa Brereton, make a motion to accept the minutes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brereton. Can we have someone second the motion?
Armenia Daniels, second motion.
Thank you, Ms. Daniels. And Chair Daly, Ms. Fraser, Chair Daly reminded me that someone passed, and we're going to ask you to please speak on it before we end. But I just want to really thank everyone again for joining this meeting tonight. But we want you to share the word. There are so much resources everywhere, and sometimes it seems like it's not reaching our community. The newsletter that we send out will have all of the community partners. For example, I speak about NHS because I work with their board. NHS has housing meetings every single week. How to maintain your apartment, how to fix your home, what grants are out there. So these community partners will be in the newsletter that we share. We have Code COJO, we have Erasmus Neighborhood Federation, we have Flatbush Development Corp, which is on Newkirk, Flatbush Tenant Coalition. We have so many different people here in our community, and again, a lot of times it's like it's not getting to us. In the newsletter, we also list the elected officials' contact information along with the community board. We can't stress enough when we keep saying, please reach out, please share the information with someone, and definitely hold us accountable. I'm now going to turn the last few minutes over to Ms. District Manager Fraser. Chair Daly had mentioned that someone past, and we take these things seriously because
Yes.
their work that they did.
One of our former board member, I don't know how many in this meeting knows Miss Adeline Gallimore. I know Mr. Tate knows her, but I'm not, and Miss Sylvester may know Miss Gallimore, and Miss Herminia Brown. I don't believe anyone else in the meeting knows who she is. She's a former member of the board. I do not have all her information. A matter of fact, we just received the flyer today, but I know Miss Gallimore was a very active, she was actively involved in several committees. She served well. She volunteered a lot. She volunteered on the youth happening, any education committee. I mean, every committee. She didn't have to be a member, but she would just show up and volunteer. She resigned from the board, I believe, about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and would often pass by the office and say hello. The last time I saw her was 2 months ago when she stopped by, and she was a little frail, but she told me she was okay. I was taking care of a complaint for her, and last week I found out that they found her dead in her home. She was, of course, living alone. I didn't have any family contact, but today the son walked into the office and dropped the flyer off with the arrangements. So the funeral is scheduled for Saturday, October 11th at Andrew Terragrossa and Sons Funeral Home on Flatbush Avenue, 2265 Flatbush Avenue. The viewing will be from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the service 10 a.m. and burial thereafter. So interment Canarsie Cemetery. Anyone interested, just reach out to me, but I will be sharing this information mostly with the members that knew her. And that would be members who've been on the board for the past 20 plus years. Thank you. That's all I have. May her soul rest in peace.
Yes, and all the work that so much many of our community members do, it's truly appreciated. They're leaving blueprints for us to follow. So it's literally up to us to continue their work. I just want to thanks again, District Manager Fraser. I just want to point out that Miss Noreen George had put her name in the chat, and I believe that's it. I don't want to miss anything in here. I know it's being recorded as well. I'm just double and triple checking before we end the meeting. Is there anything else on your end? Is there any last minute word from anyone before? All right, since we don't hear anything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much as well. I would like to ask someone to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Darrell Bennett makes a motion to adjourn at 8:51 p.m.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. If we can have someone second the motion.
Simone, second the motion.
Thank you so much, Ms. Burton and Ms. Sylvester. We want to wish you a great rest of your week. For those who are out of school, I have a day to catch up on work at my desk. Kindly enjoy the rest of your week and please reach out to the community board. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks again, District Manager Fraser, Chair Daly, and we couldn't have done it without each and every one of you on this call. Thanks so much again.
Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.